तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। Now to Gita. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Ath Trayodashaadhyayah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. We are listening to the unfoldment of the teacher. Here Shri Narayana himself, Shri Krishna himself, to the nature of one's own self. The subject matter here is not anything else. The subject matter is you. The subject matter is the nature of Aham. It is very easy to describe a product, an object. If I have to describe this product, an object, I can say it's a pen. It has got I've got a screw top pen. There is a pull apart pen. I can say this is a, what do you call it? A rolling writer. It has got a use and throw nib. Not a nib, a use and throw. What do you call it? Something inside. You see, there is it is that compartment is to be screwed, and then press. It has got metal frills. It can be pinned to your shirt. So this is an object. I can show you the object. I can show you the attributes of the object. And I can tell you what this is about. So it has a form. It has attributes. It has a name. And it has a function. Okay. Come closer. Come closer means come closer to yourself. Come closer. Look at yourself. Do you have a form? You have a form. Do you have attributes? Yes. You have a function? Yes. So now, an object has all this. You have all this. So what are you? Object or subject? Don't say I am an object. Because there is an indweller, there is a Shakshi who knows the object. Just as I know all this object, there is a Sakshi here who is able to know this object. There is some being inside, a conscious being inside, which comes and tells you, you are so much, 5 feet 6 or whatever. This is your height. This is your complexion. This is the age of the body. These are your attributes. This is your behavior. That means there is an indweller who is able to objectify you. Therefore, what is the nature of this objectifier? So Krishna in this section, up to verse number 24, talks to you about not only the indweller, he is also talking to you about Prakriti. So the material is Prakriti, and the being, I am not using the word person, the being who knows the Prakriti is Purusha. Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti does not have an independent existence of its own minus Purusha. That's why very often in Tamil, we use an expression. Suppose there is somebody at home who is not responsive to anything. They will call the person Jadam, Jadam. Prakriti means no independent decision-making capacity. No existence of its own. Prakriti, Jadam, Sariyana Jadam, Jadavastu. Meaning that Prakriti does not have the capacity to express itself, manifest itself, independent of the Purusha. Okay? Now, is the Purusha doing something then? This is where understanding has to come. See, something about Atma Vidya. First of all, one should be interested. Only then Atma Vidya will come to you. If you are not interested, it will not come. Let's take the battle of Mahabharata. 18 divisions were there. 11 divisions on the Kaurava side, 7 divisions on the Pandava side. Now all Maharathis, Bhishma, scholar, Kripacharya, Dronacharya, all of them, Arjun, Yudhishthir, all Satyaki, have amazing qualities of proficiency and intelligence. One Krishna, nobody recognized. Nobody recognized. Only Arjuna also looked at him only as an influential friend in the beginning. Imagine there is somebody, those days I used to give this example. You are getting transferred from one town to another. You phone and somebody immediately gets you a gas connection. Somebody gets you a house on rent. Telephone connection. Those days even telephone was not easy to get. Suppose somebody is able to get, what will you say? He's a very influential person. So Arjuna was looking at Krishna only as an influential person. Only during the war, when he looked back, not just looked back, something happened to him. That is called the moment of reckoning in one's life, when you ask the right questions. And that moment of reckoning, out of 18 divisions, lakhs of fellows standing there, one fellow had it. Which in chapter 7, Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhayet. Kaschin mam, even out of that so few, one person gets it. So first of all, Atma Vidya should interest you. That itself is Ishvara Anugraha. That means there must be a question. Who am I? Main kaun hu? Naan yar. That question should come. Okay? Once that question comes, one must have the urge to pursue the question. That is also Ishvara Anugraha. So not only you must have Atma, interests. You should have the persistence to continue the study. Okay. Then by Ishvara Anugraha, Guru will come into your life. Guru Kripa, you will get this knowledge. And Guru Kripa should be sustained. They say beautifully in Tamil, Adiki or Mas or Amavasai or not. It should not be once in a while sporadic study. It should be consistent, systematic study over a period of time, over a length of time. Because it is not an event, it is not a magical experience, it is a study. It is understanding something which is not readily comprehensible, which is not readily by default, it's not available to you. One needs a certain understanding, an insightful understanding. And that insightful understanding comes through a pramana. Pramana means of knowledge. The pramana is the Bhagavad Gita or the Vedanta, the scriptures of Vedanta, as operated by a guru. The guru must be a shastravit who should know how to operate the pramana. And he should be a brahmanishta. He should know the subject and he should know how to operate or how to unfold the subject. Otherwise, our Vedantic knowledge will remain a very beautiful academic knowledge for you. You can possibly, speak before dinner, after dinner speeches. Somebody will give you shawl and things like that. But it won't make enough. Iota of difference to you, there will be no transformation whatsoever. That's very important. So for transformation, one needs to not only study. Study happens through Shravanam, listening, Mananam, reflecting, owning up, Nididhyasanam. So the verses which we are studying are Nididhyasana verses, where at any point of time, not any point of time, some systematically at some point of time every day, you have to look at this verse and look at the meaning of these verses. That's why this talk is made available to you as a recorded version from the very next day, so that you listen to it several times. And initially we'll say the book says, then we'll say Krishna says, then my teacher says, then you have to come to the feeling, I say, because you are convinced. That's how we have to go through this study. So let's look at this verse. So we studied uh, 30, we studied up to, we have studied up to 20. Yeah, we have studied up to 21. We have to go up to beyond 22 now. Okay. We'll study from 19, 20. Yeah, we will study from 20. कार्य करण कर्तृत्वे हेतु प्रकृति रुच्यते पुरुषः सुख दुःखानां भोक्तृत्वे हेतु रुच्यते. So कर्तृत्वे means in the सृष्टि, okay. Karya karana, karya means the cause, karya means the product, karana is the cause. So the cause and effect belong to the domain of prakriti. Prakriti means it happens in the material domain. So this is, okay, this is a karyam. Is there a karana? Yes, there is a maker. So this is happens in the domain. So in Srishti, this happens in the domain of the Prakriti. The teacher takes you a little deeper. He says, Sukha Dukkhanam, you experience sorrow. You know, somebody gave this to me. Somebody presented this to me. Okay? And suppose somebody takes it away. There is dukkha. No? Somebody gave it to me. The person who gave it to me will feel dukkha. I will also feel dukkha. When I got it, there was sukham. So, sukha and dukkha are in the field of bhoktritva. That means they are in the field of enjoyment. And the cause for that is called purusha. Okay? That means the forms, etc., are in the domain of the material. The feelings are in the domain of the Purusha, Chaitanya. Is that clear? That's the word meaning. That's why we need a teacher here, because we need to go a little deeper. Let's understand something. You put your hand in fire, okay? Did the fire burn you? Yes. Suppose you went and asked the fire, did you burn me? What will the fire say? I didn't burn you. But I got burnt. He said, yes, you got burnt. Active voice, passive voice. The nature of fire is to burn anything which is combustible. If three conditions are met, fire will burn. Heat, oxygen, and fuel. If these three conditions are met, fire will burn. So, burning of the fire here is not an action in as much as I go to see a movie. I have a glass of water. This is an action. So when I say fire burns, it is not fire is the karta there. The fire is the hetu in as much as by mere sannidhyam, by mere presence, it makes the function of burning happen. By its mere presence, light makes all these things visible. So the teacher wants to add here. This is the beauty of the teaching. This is the beauty of the teaching. Unless the teacher is there, you will never get it. There is Purusha inside, outside somewhere. There is a Purusha. There is a being, there is a knower. So the teaching says in the first line that whatever happens in the material field belongs to Prakriti, and whatever happens to Dukkham, Sukham, all these feelings belong to the Purusha. Careful. Belong to the Purusha means the Purusha does not give chakar, chabi for it to happen. In the presence of the Purusha, by the mere presence of Purusha, your mano, buddhi, ahankara gets activated. Okay. For example, Atma is not coming and pinching you. And I'm pinching myself, there is a pain. When somebody else pinches, the pain will be even more. It is not Atma pinching. The presence of Atma, the reflection of Atma Tattvam in this body, has given this body as though Chaitanyam. In the presence of the Chaitanyam, stimuli produces a certain reaction. Go back earlier. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada. So when your sense organs come in touch with sense objects, you have pleasure and pain. How does it happen? Let's say somebody is dead and the fellow loves Rasgulla. Suppose you tell him, I've got a tin of Rasgulla, wake up and eat. Will he wake up? What does it show? The body has lost the capacity to reflect Atma. Therefore, it is called a dead body. Because the Atma retains the capacity to reflect Atma, you and I are called alive. And because of that reflection, this body moves. This tongue tastes. Even as I'm talking Rasgulla, I feel like eating. It is not that Atma is saying, go eat a Rasgulla now. Atma is not saying you were born in Bengal, therefore you should have Rasgulla, you should have a taste for Rasgulla. In the mere presence, Sanidhyam of Atma, these taste buds, these agam, this is, your mind, your buddhi, your ahankara, everything is activated. That's what the understanding should be. Otherwise, what will happen? You will say so. So when I'm looking at the platform of the world, I am Prakriti, that is Prakriti, and I am feeling everything, therefore I am Atma. You are lost. Atma is by mere presence. That one has to be understood. Let's go a little deeper. We are all chapter 13 students. So when you are chapter 13, please understand, you have already got interest in Vedanta. Ishwara Anugraha, Guru's teachings are available to you for you, and then we are there every Monday. So that means we have Atma, we have Guru Ishwara Anugraha. That interest is called Atma Kripa. We have Shastra Anugraha, and we also have Guru Kripa. We have all four, so don't worry. And absolutely have no hesitation in delving deeper. You can study Bhagavad Gita as a mere text and even get a doctorate. There is a person who is a doctorate in Bhagavad Gita. He will tell you what verse, what comes, but beyond that, he will not know anything. It meant to be something. We have to understand certain things very carefully. Do you have desires? Yeah, all of us have. All of us have desire. So, to think that I should not have desire is a fallacy, is a wrong. I should not have desire is a desire by itself. Yeah. Somebody says, I got a lot of raga dvesha, they should go. Adu innuru desire vandiruchu. You got one more desire. And that's a, what do you call, prime moving desire, which moves all other desire. So desires are natural. This is how you do, this is how you do vivechana. So desires are natural. How does a desire come? When I see something, I naturally like, hey, I am attracted towards it. It could be eatable. It could be a fragrance. It could be a form. It could be a gizmo. Yeah. When you buy an iPhone, you want to have that special earpiece. You want a charging device. That's what the entire world caters to. Now they have started saying there is a charging device. You put the iPhone on top of it, it will get charged. See, your desire has started. And you say, I must not have this desire. You can close your eyes and say, I must not have this desire. I must not have this desire. Will become stronger. So how to objectively look at it? Desires are natural. They are in the field of Prakriti, and I am able to objectify my desire. Done. That desire has become an object. The moment you say desire must not be there, desire has become, runs your life. This, I have a desire, full stop. How to implement your desire or implement it at all or not implement it is in my hand. I am the karta. To say I should not have a desire means you are trying to do something, you are working in a domain over which you have no control. A match is going on somewhere. No, bowler is bowling. That's not under your control. But once he is bowled to bat, how to bat is under your control. Whether to defend, whether to hit, is under your control. In the same way, desires will be there. I can be objective to the desire. That's how we start looking at ourselves. So there is a desire. The desires can give me pleasure. The desire can give me pain. If I get an object of my desire, pleasure. If I don't get an object of my desire, pain. If I get an object which I don't desire, pain. Either if I don't get an object I desire, something I desire goes away from me, pain. Something that I don't want doesn't go away, pain. So if I am able to look at the whole thing objectively, you are the knower and you are the master of sukha dukkha. You are free from samsara. Samsara means desires running your life. Imagine you have a car. The car decides where you will go, not you. So these days artificial intelligence has come. Okay, artificial intelligence has come. You will sit in the car. The car will say, today I am interested in going to Nanganallur, whereas you want to go to Coimbatore. I'm thinking Madras, okay? You want to go to the opposite side. Then what happened? Car is running your life. It happens. People who own pets, who take their dogs out for walk. First few days, the dog will take you out for a walk. Then you will take the dog out for a walk. So, who is running whom? Are the desires running you or are you running the desires? So if you are seated in the Atma, this is called Atma Vidya. This is called Jnani. Jnani doesn't mean light around the back. Okay, there is no light will come. No flower will go out of your ears. You will not be able to produce vibhuti, kungumam and all. That is not sign of Jnanam. Sign of Jnanam is practical. Okay? It's not practical. You are going to an ATM machine. You put your card in there. It says this machine is incapable of discharging cash. Will you keep trying? You are a jnani. You know this ATM doesn't work. You will walk away from there. So you know the Prakriti does not have an independent existence of its own. And Prakriti does not have the capacity to give you permanent peace, security and happiness. Like an ATM machine which does not discharge cash, will you keep trying your card and put different code numbers and try? So you will say, this machine doesn't work, let me go elsewhere. What does Vedanta come and tell you? It shows up a mirror and says, that does not give you permanent peace, security, happiness. This gives you. The Purusha gives you permanent peace, security, happiness. Try here. The Purusha is the Hetu for Sukha Dukkha. Meaning, if you learn to look at Purusha properly, Sukha Dukkha is under your control. If you have given the control away to Prakriti for your Sukha Dukkha, you are under their control. Samsara. That's how beautifully the teacher has explained this. Let's go. Okay. What is the nature? We have to understand something a little more carefully. We are very clear that this is the world. You have to bring closer and see this also as Prakriti. This means your body, mind, sense complex also one must be able to see as Prakriti. My problem, my samsara is everything else is Prakriti, but I am so closely attached to the body that I am not able to see my own body as Prakriti. For seeing own body as Prakriti, you don't have to jump outside our body. Because if you lose your body, you can't see anything for that matter. Sitting here, you have to understand that this is how the system works. Sitting on earth, You will have to understand sunset and sunrise and understand that earth goes around the sun. You don't have to go sit on the sun to see the earth go round. Insightfully, you can understand so many things. In the same way, come closer, look at your body as look at your BMS, body, mind, sense complex, as an object of your knowledge. So that the teacher is taking us further. He says, Purusha Prakritisto hi Bhungte Prakritijan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangosya Satsadayo Nijanmasu. That's more. Purusha Prakritisto hi Bhungte Prakritijan Gunan Karanam Guna Sangosya Sadasadyo Nijanmasu. Let's understand. I've given this example before. I don't mind giving this example any number of times. Have you ever gone to a forging factory? Okay. In a forging factory, you will have a fire. And in that fire, there will be something, what do they call it? They'll call it, I don't remember. Yeah, furnace. In that furnace, they will insert maybe a ball of iron. Some iron will be into it. Iron will flow into it first as a liquid. Can iron be a liquid? Heated to that extent, the iron assumes the form of a liquid. See, this is called Anyonya Adhyasa. The iron, which is otherwise a solid lump, has become water as well. Now this water is fed, this liquid iron is fed into the surface and cooled. Then it becomes solidified again. Then it is solidified to some extent, then some metal hammer will come and hammer it on force, right? You will have a steel bar. Round in shape, hexagon, whatever shape. These bars are. And when they are heated in the furnace, they will be red in color. Hot, if you touch, your hands will burn. You can't even go near. Now tell me, does iron have the redness as a part of its attribute? Does fire have the shape, round shape, square shape, rectangles, slotted angles? Does fire have the shape? No. And the bars do not have red color. How has it happened? In the presence of the fire, these steel bars have assumed the properties of the fire. And the fire has assumed the properties of the steel bar. Same example. The Chaitanya Vastu and this BMS is inert iron bar. It cannot glow. It does not have the capacity to be alive. So this iron bar called BMS here, with Anyonya Adhyasa of Atma, has assumed Atma's properties. I'm not talking about some other Atma, I'm talking about you and me. This body does not have the capacity to do anything. If it had the capacity, you suppose the body had some independent capacity. On the death, the body will say, look, I will drive myself to the crematorium. Does it happen? Somebody has to carry. The moment that association ceases, this, okay, there's a very beautiful expression. Look at these expressions, they will make sense. Okay? There is one Mr. A. As long as he is alive, he is referred to as Mr. A. Mr. A is gone. Next day, what they will say? The mortal remains are consigned to the flame. What is the meaning? The body by itself does not have any capacity. The association with Atma has given the body as though it is alive. It's not really alive. As though it is alive. And if you take what is as though alive as really alive, What happens to you? Dukha, dukha. We are seeing a movie, okay? And those days, I'm taking you back to the 60s. Many of you were not even born. Going to the movie. I saw a movie those days. I was very young. The movie was called 20 Saal Baad. Black and white movie. And the sound will come. Sound will come. Automatically, man will hold wife's hand, wife will hold man's hand. Suddenly, ta-dang, hand will come. Everybody will scream. So, was there a hand? What was there actually? There was just a screen. There was a light. On the screen, through the light, some film, and it was not even a motion picture, it was still picture which was run at a certain speed. And what happened? You actually saw a hand come and grip and kill. And you were scared. You had all the experiences. And some people had it for another 3-4 days also. Now when you see the movie, how you feel? As a jnani, you say, ayyo, ella movie. Even as you come out of the movie, the child is terrified. The father says, see, idella film pa. Why are you afraid of all this? It happens. In the film, there is cremation. And after cremation, this fellow comes out and people will come and shake his hand and say, sir, how beautifully you acted as dead body, sir. He would say, in the next film, I would like to do even better. Because for you, the film is merely a film, unreal. But yet, as though real. Maya. Hey, how did unreal become real? Maya. What was seen? Prakriti. How did the Prakriti get so much life? Because of association with the light. So association with the light has made a series of pictures come alive as though. As children, my father bought me a small pad-like thing. So if you run it this way, you will see a man swinging an elephant. And if you look at it piece by piece, there are individual pictures. Run at a certain speed, it looks like a motion picture. That's why it's called motion picture. The motion picture can make you go motion if it is terrifying. That is samsara. Then you take the unreal to be real, samsara. Now take the same example to this VMS. What is this Prakriti? What is the nature of the Prakriti? The Prakriti is perishable. Okay? It is aging. So it has asti, jayate, vardate, viparinamate, apakshiyate, vinashyati. Asti, it occupies space. Vardate, it is born. Okay? Vardate, it grows. Okay? Viparinamate, it changes. Apakshiyate, decays. Vinashyati, destroys. What gets destroyed? Prakriti gets destroyed. But because of close association of Purusha with the Prakriti, what happens? What is your reading? I become old. I get destroyed. See, my hair has gone grey. I've got a lot of wrinkles. Who has got wrinkles? You. Prakriti has got wrinkles. By close association, it looks like Atma has wrinkles. That's why he says, because of Anyonya Adhyasa, this happens. If you take this to be real, you are into samsara. If you understand that it is a part of Prakriti, you are free from samsara. Aging can happen. You can objectively accept aging and move on. So imagine that's why there is a very beautiful saying, if you see all these social media platforms, there is somebody 82, 85, their birthday was 2 days ago. Okay, people write that. Looking very young. What is the implication? You are actually old. Why don't they write there, you are young? You are looking young. You are looking beautiful. That means what? In reality, you are neither beautiful. We use all these expressions, but one has to understand the real. Hey, you don't have to keep telling yourself, I am getting old, I am not getting old, body is getting old. You don't have to keep saying all this. Imagine it's your birthday today. Somebody comes and says, hello, happy birthday. Say, my body is 80 years old, sir. If you talk like this, they have a very nice place for you in Chennai. Chennai 10. Kilpark Medical Hospital. Bed number 10, Chennai 10. We don't talk that language. But what's your understanding? This understanding is very strong when it comes to neighbors. But when it comes to you, the understanding is a little muddled. The understanding is not clear enough. That's why you need Shastra Kripa, you need Guru Kripa to transfer the neighboring understanding to your own understanding. That's why you need to be steadily on the subject, constantly on the subject. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is constantly required. And you have to you don't have to say, I am aging. You can use the expression, I am aging. You don't have to say, this body is aging. You don't have to talk a new language. Your understanding is it. What is my understanding? The body is aging. It has to age. There is no choice. Okay? And because of it, there are certain infirmities. It is body related infirmities. You need not think you have Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. Hand has to shake at some point of time. If you are a singer, the voice has to become a tremorful voice. Imagine you are able to sing the same way from 18th year to the 81st year. Then they will say it's a miracle. The voices have to change. It has to change. Somebody has a full head of hair, another fellow has no hair. So this is the way Prakriti is. It's insightful understanding. And when you are and how does it happen? It happens because of the presence of Atma. If Atma were not present here, hair won't grow. You won't even open your eyes. If you open your eyes, nothing will be seen. They burn, you won't be able to feel anything. So in the presence of the Atma, this happens. That is with respect to your body. Then what happens to the body? The body is as though alive. So somebody asks you, how are you? Don't say as though alive. Say I am alive. Doctor asks you, are you alive, sir? As though alive, sir. Then he will immediately refer to his friend, a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Don't talk that language. But you don't have to say I am as though alive. You are alive. I am fine, sir. As of today, I am fine. As of now, I am fine. I have no problem at all because my understanding is clear. And because of the reflection of the Atma in the body, what happens? The body is as though alive. Because it is alive, the body has to enter into the world of transactions. Transaction means debit entry, credit entry. There must be two parties or multiple parties. When there are more than one party and multiple parties, there will be something called relationship. Each relation, each party will have roles to play. All these are happening in the field of Prakriti. When you play roles, some roles will be pleasant roles, some roles will be unpleasant roles. As far as possible, try to avoid unpleasant roles, but you can't avoid all the time. Try to go towards pleasant roles. Everybody in the world is trying to go towards pleasant roles. So demand of law of demand and supply, some unpleasant roles will have to come to you. Okay, every day you take an aircraft, one aircraft fell down. So if you are afraid I will never take an aircraft, you will never be able to travel abroad. So Krishna in his earlier one of his verses says, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi. Understand yourself first. Based on that understanding, function in the world. That's what the teacher wants. Roles will have problems. Ups and downs will be there. Pressures will be there. One day you will feel drained out. One day you will find a gush of energy. One day situation will be in your favor. Some day situations will be totally against you. So if you are sucked, then you are a samsari. If you are able to manage the suction, then you are a jnani. This role is under pressure. I am able to understand. I am a jnani. You are living life intelligently. That's what the teacher wants to highlight. Okay, the verse number 20. Let's read the next one. Now this is how. Okay, this is as far as Prakriti is concerned. How do you look at yourself? So what is the nature of this Purusha? How do you, where the blessed Purusha, where is this blessed Purusha? You have to look at it like this. Very powerful, and please learn this by heart and keep looking on it at it daily. Upadrishtanumanta cha, Upadrishtanumanta cha, Bharta Bhokta Maheshwarah, Bharta Bhokta Maheshwarah, Paramatmeti Chapyuktah, Paramatmeti Chapyuktah, Tehesmin Purushah Parah. Amazing verse. Learn it by heart and keep chanting it daily. Okay? Upadrishta Anumanta cha, Bharta Bhokta Maheshwarah, Paramatmeti Chapyuktah, Tehesmin Purushah Parah. I am looking at the word Dehe Asmin Dehe Purusha Para. The Purusha, the conscious being, is different from this Deha. Simple. Sanskrit, if you break it properly, Sanskrit is easy. Otherwise, you have to go on agitation. They are trying to impose. Okay. Break it properly. Asmin Dehe, in this body, yeah. Dehe Asmin, in this body, Purusha Para. So, now, is consciousness inside the body? Where is consciousness? Let's ask. Where is consciousness? Inside. All of us know. Is it also outside? I'm not sure. Don't try to give imaginative answer. I'm not sure. So we'll have to go for logic. See, teaching has to fulfill the criteria of logic. It is upapatti, tenable. It must be valid. So is it outside? Okay. You are in deep sleep. What time usually as you grow older? You have to accept this reality. As you grow older, you sleep soundly between 4:40 and 5 in the morning. That's all. Otherwise, no sleep. As you grow older, even that 5 minutes will go away. Okay. Between 4:40 and 5, where were you? I didn't know anything. I was fast asleep. Now, who says this? If it is inside consciousness, the consciousness is gone, slept. So the consciousness is outside the parameters of the body as well. This is how you want to relate to it. Okay. Now there is this glass. Now I finished drinking the water. Is there space? Water glass space? Yes. Is there space outside? Now tell me, is space inside or outside? It is inside as well as outside. The space inside extends beyond the parameter of the body. That's how you learn. Then close your eyes and think. I extend beyond the contours of my body. Para. Dehe asmin para. समझ में आ गया ना? See, you are already Uttama Karta Adhikaris. By the end of this verse, you will all be Atmagyanis. Don't tell others for you to understand. So, Deha Asmin Pare. Then it is called Paramatma. When associated with the body, it is called Jivatma. When with the attributes, it is called Jivatma. What are the attributes? Body, mind, sense complex, its problems, my desires, my goals, my relationships, my associations, all this put together, this is called Jivatma. The same Jivatma, if you are able to exclude the attributes, is called Paramatma. Imagine you are playing the role of King George VI. Okay. Who are you? Some ABC playing the role of King George VI. Hey, I don't want King George. Raja Cholan you are playing. You are playing the role of Raja Cholan. Who are you? Some ABC playing Raja Cholan. So, the ordinary, this actor Rajaraja Cholan, that was a great thing, armor, and that you have to put on a false mustache and all. With all the attributes, he is the actor. Minus all what he is, minus all this role, he is just merely a person. ABC. In the same way, with all these envelopments, I am enveloped with all these enclosures, I am Jivatma. Minus these enclosures, I am Paramatma. Same name for two, the same two names for the same people, person, same being from two different paradigms. Okay, clear? Yeah, all of you are clear. Let's go. And what is the nature of this Paramatma? Upadrishta. He is the most intimate. Who knows your problems better than you? Is there any other person? That's why we need somebody on the shoulder to cry. And after crying for the whole day, he will say, you will not understand my problems. Thank you for wiping my tears. And they'll pay you fee also for that. You go outside, pay the fee. I saw the other day in Practo. A doctor charges 6,500 rupees 1 hour. For what? For going crying. I have a much simpler system. Just understand, Upadrishta. You are Upadrishta. You are the one who knows your problem very well. Why go pay to that fellow? From this dabba, you put in another dabba and close the door and cry on your own. I don't want to take the business away from any of those people. Upadrishta. We will see this meaning again next week. Upadrishta means the most intimate being. Who is the most intimate being to you? Yourself. The Jivatma, the sense of aliveness, Ahankara, Upadrishta, Anumanta. Some people translated Anumanta as Hanumanta. So your Upadrishta Hanumanta. So the fellow says you are sitting on a tree, a monkey. Nana. Anumanta mean ones who give permission. By his mere presence, Sannidhi Matrena, the body is given as though given permission to do all the functions in the world. Anumanta. So, Upadrishta, Anumanta. I will give you all the word meanings and elaborate it next week. Okay. Cha Bharta. Bharta means we refer to the husband as Bharta. Because those days man alone was going to work. So we have to say Bharti, is it? Aishwarya, Bharta, Bharya. Bharya took the load. Bharta sustained. That's a beautiful thing. Bharya took the load. So Bharta. So he is, Atma is the Bharta, the very sustainer. Bhokta. Bhokta means Anumanta. With the permission of the Atma alone, the faculty of enjoyment is empowered in you. This is the understanding. By the mere presence of Atma, the faculty of enjoyment is empowered in me. Yeah, how beautifully explained. My God, teachers, amazing teachers. Maheshwara, very powerful word, meaning you are a Bhokta, you are a Bharta, you are Anumanta, you are Upadrishta. Are you under control of all these things? So I am Upadrishta, intimately controlled. I am Bharta, controlled. I am Bhokta, controlled. I am Anumanta, all controlled. Because sometimes, when you sign, you are trapped. You have given permission. In law, in contract act, there is something called estoppel. That means, by implication, you are bound. For example, there is somebody running your office. Somebody running an office, and you go sit there daily. You are no way connected. You go sit there. And tomorrow legal notice can be served to you because by mere presence you have taken on an agency. It's called agency by estoppel. Anumanta is somebody like that. So that means, are you bound? This beautiful word Maheshwara says, in spite of all these activities, these kind of as though activities, you are still totally free. Maheshwara means you are the controller. Parameshwara, Mahesh, you are, in spite of all this, you are not under control. Electricity makes this fan function, that light, on the light, my AC, everything is run because of electricity. But electricity is not under the control. It is independent entity. In spite of Hanumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, everything, I am an independent. Maheshwara is independent. Look at it as I am an independent entity. So remember these words. Upadrishtha, Anumanta cha, Bharta, Bhokta. Okay. Maheshwara, Asmin Dehe, Para. Remember this. What are the qualifications? Asmin Dehe, Para. Means no limitations. Okay. Upadrishta, the most intimate. Acha. Anumanta, by mere presence, Anuman, give permission. I am giving you permission. Anumanta, Bharta, supporter, Bhokta, enjoyer, yet free from all this. Look at yourself. You run your house, you are the Bharta. You enjoy the success of the family. Yesterday, this morning happened. Somebody in +2 has got very high marks and their family is so happy. The father is also happy. Mother is happy. Bhokta. Then how did this happen? Anumanta, because the children are encouraged, the Anumanta was given. Upadrishta, you're intimately attached to your family, yet you are intimately attached to the body. Yes. Because if you are not intimately attached to your body, you would never look into the mirror. How does the hairstyle look? Have I shaved today? Intimate attachment to the body. Then somebody will say, no, without shave, you are not looking good enough. It doesn't matter. I am not the body alone. You are so logical, so philosophical. In spite of all this, no, not in spite. In and through all this, I am Maheshwara. I am totally free. I am a free, limitless being playing all these roles. You are totally free from samsara. If anywhere there is a confusion, you are in samsara. That's how we read. We will see further. In verse number 24, Krishna took us to the nature of Purusha. A little further, he will elaborate. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhya shubhamastu nityam loka samastha skino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalinim deshoyam shobharahitah brahmana santu nirbhaya सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय हो। स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो। स्वामी आत्मतृप्तानंद महाराज की जय हो। ओम नमः शिवाय। जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण की जय हो। ओम श्री कृष्ण। We'll meet again next week.
Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.